red is stop.
Okay, this will create the bypass for what gets full secondary treatment and then what goes through our existing chlorine contact tank, which will be converted to the wet weather tank. And then it will also create the new outfall. So the RFQ will be for the procurement for the final design consultant for this next major package of the plant expansion.
Okay. What is the timeline on that?
I would say that the RFQ will be released within the next month. It'll be a full procurement, so it'll take about 6 months by the time we get in qual, shortlist, and then get the RFP together.
All righty, thank you. All right, we'll move to the action items. Things we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 action items. The first one is to recommend modification of the service authorization 264 from Mark USA. They're going to provide assistance for the Governmental Affairs Division to create a customer relationship management system, and the amount is $99,380. All right, Arletta?
Madam Chair, as you've read the item, it pretty much outlines what is going to be done. What is missing is why it needs to be done. And I would ask the Director of Governmental Affairs, Jean Clark, to explain. Jean?
Thank you, Arletta. Members of the committee, we discovered that we were having increased problems with reaching many of our municipal managers and elected officials because of the lack of a customer relationship management system. We, in the past, in order to get the municipal connections quarterly newsletter out, we pasted it into an email and then sent 20 at a time, which took approximately 2 days, and also meant that we were at risk of being put into people's spam folder. This provides us with the ability to reach everybody instantaneously or nearly instantaneously. Once we've got everything set up, we can expand the list, and we can also tell who has opened it, who's clicked on it, and we can follow up then very easily to see who has not gotten the information they need.
Okay. Sounds like the further we get into this, the more we learn we don't have what we need. All right, could I have a motion? If we don't have any comments or questions, could I have a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
All right, all in favor? Aye. Okay, that has been approved. All right, item B, the motion to recommend the awarding of a fluent flushing water system improvement project to Wade Trim and to authorize the executive director to negotiate the fee. Arletta?
Madam Chair, again, you're doing so well at reading these things. Our fluent flushing water system is one of the systems that is going to need to be upgraded with the ongoing plant expansion. We have gone through the full procurement process. And again, the Director of Engineering and Construction, Kim Kennedy, will explain.
Thank you, Arletta. So if this rings a bell, we went and shortlisted for this from our Category 1 on-call back in October of last year. We distributed the RFP to the 3 shortlisted firms in February and got the proposals back at the end of March. Last week, we were able to hold virtual interviews with the project manager for each of the teams, and then afterwards we held an evaluation meeting. The ranking is as you see here, and we do recommend that Wade Trim move forward with this work.
Are there any questions?
Answer any questions?
Okay. Any questions, Jack or Corey?
No questions.
Okay. All right, then we can move forward with the motion to approve.
So moved. Second.
All in favor? Aye. All right. Moving on, item C, the motion to recommend the service authorization to G. Stevens, Inc. for an amount not to exceed $925,000 to perform the scope of services under Capital Program S464, Laboratory Industrial Waste Facility and Parking Garage Construction Management and Resident Inspection. Arletta?
Madam Chair, this is an item, a project that was awarded at last month's board meeting. You authorized us to negotiate a fee. This is the response with that fee. It is in keeping with our expectation, budget-wise. It is right now presented as a not to exceed. We will finalize negotiations for the April 23rd meeting. If you have any questions, we'll be happy to respond.
All right, hearing none, could I have a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, think that we're approved. All right, item D, the motion to recommend a service authorization to MS Consultants for an amount not to exceed $215,380.47 to perform the scope of services under Capital Program S440 Homestead Transforming 12th Avenue Project.
Madam
Okay,
Chair,
Arletta?
this is the project that brings together Homestead and the Steel Valley School District for a pretty amazing green infrastructure project. Previously awarded, we have come back with the negotiated fee. Recommend you move forward.
I seem to recall this. It was pretty interesting proposal. So this would be pretty good to see it come to fruition. Okay, any other questions or comments? All right, hearing none, the kind of fading in and out a little bit. Can we have a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
All in favor? Aye. All right, motion carries. Approved. All right, item E, the motion to recommend a service authorization to GAI Consultants under the agreement for engineering consulting services for an amount not to exceed $44,400 to provide additional engineering support services during the ongoing stack testing. Arletta?
Madam Chair, the committee is quite familiar with sewage sludge incinerator emissions testing that has had to be conducted for several years now. This is a continuation of that effort. I would ask the Director of Operations and Maintenance, Doug Jackson, to give more detail.
Thank you, Arletta. Madam Chair, members of the committee, as you're aware, about every 6 months, we come to the committee with an ask of some sort for emissions testing. The way the regulations read, we've been doing this since 2015, with the first testing being in 16. There are alternatives for us to be able to consider full pollutant or partial pollutant testing during consecutive years. This will be the first time we'll do the second round of full pollutant testing. So this testing is for unit number 1, which is currently out of service. Hopefully by the end of summer, we're in a position to test this, but this will be for full pollutant testing of the 9 pollutants that we're required to test for. And in 6 months, we will likely be coming back for something similar for the other incineration unit, unit number 2. Any questions, I would be happy to answer.
No, I don't have any questions. Sounds like it's something we have to do, obviously. Okay, motion to approve, please.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, that's been approved also. Do we have any new business?
Madam Chair, we have no new business, but I would like to briefly revisit the item for G. Stevens for construction management services, just to point out to the committee that this will not cover construction phase services. I failed to mention that. We will come back with a modification at that time. This is just to have the CM on board during design and pre-construction.
Okay, all right, thank you. Now, are all of you being no real extra special safe over there? Because obviously some of you in the room together.
We are doing everything that is recommended by the CDC. As a matter of fact, I just sprayed hand sanitizer all over the agenda, all the attachments, Max, Kim, the speaker. I think we're covered. I hope
Okay.
you are likewise safe.
All right, and thanks so much. All right, everybody else be safe. Jack, Corey, everybody, take it easy.
You too. All right. So I'll see you later. Bye.
Thank you,
Okay,
committee.
bye.
We are officially